out. So exactly.
No ATN dot anything.
So,
available?
well, you can still use the ATN-TV.org. I'm just simply going to put a
No,
full.
I've always hated that anyway.
I know,
Talking
but
about ATN.
but if someone
there's
happens,
nothing available.
but if something happens, but if something, you know, if someone
Maybe
types
not
that
on
in,
you or something, but who wants that? There's no U.S. based ones that's available.
Yeah.
I tried ATN TV. I tried all different
.org,
examples, but they're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
.info is the place.
.us is available.
So. So for the time being, we're doing amateurtelevisionnetwork.org, and obviously you can just simply bookmark it and you put it on your desktop or on your pad and
Well,
just
I
double
think
click
we
on it.
checked. We could have got amateur and then the letters TV and then network.org. But
So yeah, but
Those are all really too long, but
they're kind of too long, but not really, because most websites today are almost about that same amount of characters. It doesn't really take as long, and it's easier to remember than atn-tv.org. Yes.
Have you looked at .atn as a group?
As a .atn, as a suffix.
Yeah.
Well, I never thought about that. I can. You can do atn.atn.
Hey,
Anything.
one time then bookmark it.
Is it up already?
It is up and running. So here's what we're going to be doing. Now we're getting chapters. So as a chapter, if they decide a ATV club decides to form a chapter, well, there's going to be some benefits. The benefit is they're going to have their own sub server. So for example, Arizona will have your own sub server, and it can be managed by you guys, not particularly me. So you can have that option to be managed by you guys, and you can put in all the content you want, or you can simply let me know and I can put content in you, or whoever you designate to be your technology person can put content in. That's going to be the beauty about what we're doing today. So you can customize your own site. And since you have your own club, treasurer, you can have your PayPal link directly into that site. And so simply it can be either w6ATN.amateurtelevisionnetwork.org. Or in the case of...
or AZ.
Or az.amateurtelevisionnetwork.org, whatever you would like.
Yeah, I think it's fine for us to have control of the content,
Mhm.
but I'm not sure that anybody's prepared to take control
well,
of it.
as far as
Website
the history,
itself.
Get along.
when we've had other chapters try to quote do their own page, they're all hot and fired up. 6 months later,
They drop out.
May
They
or
burn
may
out.
not be up. A
And there's
year
no
after that,
consistency.
it's
I-
so
and-
old and stagnant, it's gone. So
Right. And then that's when I'll take control, because I'll have control of the entire server. And so if, let's say a website is, stale, I simply contact that chapter director and say, hey, do you want me to update your site for you? Do you want, that type of thing. And of course, that's going to be, websites today are just simply basically a place to go to that's easy to remember, and people say, amateur television, Arizona, let me find that out. So you Google it, there it is, az.amateurtelevisionnetwork.org.
And what I would suggest as far as PayPal, which all the chapters could have the ability to do that,
Yes.
would be to have a membership, new members or renewals, whatever chapter you go to, there'd be a separate PayPal for each chapter who wants that.
That
You
is
have both
correct.
the address to send it physically and the PayPal.
That is
version
correct.
For those who are set up. And that way it's just on one page, if you just select the chapter you want to join.
Exactly. You just simply select the chapter, and then on the sidebar or even on the menu, it can just say donate or membership. And then you'll have your membership page, click on it, and you can have renew or new member.
You want your dues, renewal, and then a donate button for that you could put any amount you want.
That is correct.
The membership thing would be fixed.
That is correct. And then there'll be a PDF page for those that don't want to do online.
And the membership would come up with your page, put all your information, name, call, for donation, just name and call sign, and that'd be probably simple.
Exactly. And not only that, I can set up a system called AR Member, which is an online membership program geared for websites, basically, and it'll be all automatic. They simply just sign up, they pay their dues, and it'll be either if it's a new member, they fill out all their information. If it's a renewed member, they just simply click. It can automatically email your members to renew. They click on it, all their information's on the screen, and they click renew.
Excellent.
Are there decisions that we're supposed to be making on this now, or?
If you want to make a decision, if you want your own az.amateurtelevisionnetwork.org site, who's all in favor for it?
Well, isn't the first question, is anyone gonna volunteer to be our webmaster?
Well, I've basically volunteered myself to be the webmaster, and of course,
Well, I meant other than you, because I'm in favor of you doing it.
yeah. Well, I need other people to help me do it. So
Yeah, but there's the programming part, and then there's the
content.
data part.
exactly, the programming part, that's on mine. That's on me. Okay, just mainly just get the site up and running, which is pretty much WordPress.
I would think the officers could probably handle the content part, or appoint one or more people to do it.
Well, I give information on updates on the repeater to Roland, and then he puts it in. I'm not having to go format the pages, I just handle the
So
raw
I'm
data.
thinking about like member list and.
Yeah, and
activities and things like that.
And even though I'm just Secretary Treasurer for California, I usually go to Lee and to the other secretaries, and then I correlate everything together. I got a master file, and then I send the master file to Roland, so that way he doesn't have to, he's so busy now with everything else, that way he's not having to go direct and bug everybody. I'm usually doing that.
Well, again, we haven't talked much about Ham Club Online, but it's designed to do most of this stuff, except for being the website. It's a website on its own that people go to get.
Yeah, I know.
information.
I just been doing that to keep track of the members. I just usually call each secretary or secretary treasurer to get their current list for the year, and then
Okay, I'd like to make a motion. Is that possible? Can we do that here?
Make a motion.
I make a motion that we appoint Roland to continue to be our webmaster for Arizona.
I second that motion.
Okay, I accept.
Discussion?
Discussion?
I'd like to make a motion to end the meeting. Y'all, you're out of control.
I hear no second.
Well,
I second.
Second.
thank you
I second.
Anyway.
everyone for coming. I'm leaving.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Tammy.
y'all can stay here.
Let's put this in fast forward then.
Okay. Anyway, I will build it, and then I will let you guys know when it, you can actually upload the content. But I will put content in for you, okay? So it can be up and running, and then let me know if you want to do
Yeah,
return
we'll
payment.
work out the details.
You got it.
Thank you,
right.
Tammy, for getting us back on track.
Thank you.
I don't think I'm too popular.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. We love you.
Okay.
Thank you for all the great food, Tammy, and for hosting
Yep,
us.
Tammy, Kevin, thank you. Appreciate it. Always appreciate coming down
You're
here.
the most popular person in the room, Tammy. What are you talking about?
Okay, let's get to election of club officers. Okay, up I got first nominations. We got any nominations for?
I nominate Ed for president.
Do we have any nominations for president?
I want to nominate that the present officers just be held in their present positions. There you go.
I accept my nomination.
I accept mine. Lee?
Well,
Somebody poke him.
I second that.
okay.
Unanimous.
Yes?
Nobody said yes, I heard certain.
Now you're the most
heard
popular
well.
person in the room.
Well, yeah.
All right. Okay. 2020 club officers. President Ed K50LA.
Yay.
Yes,
Vice President.
Did we vote?
It was unanimous.
you just vote on the
Oh,
way
you-
out
you
to
have to
announce
ask
it.
if
All
it's
officers
unanimous.
hold
All you
the
gotta do is
present
ask if
position
anybody
for
else wants to
220.
run for
No, all you
office.
have to do is ask that, and then ask if it's unanimous and,
Is it a unanimous decision?
Yes.
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 Opposed?
Opposed?
Okay, thank you.
You're opposing?
No, but
Oh, you're
I
raising your hands.
want to make a motion to double my pay.
Granted.
Who made the motion first?
I did.
Okay.
All officers,
I want to comment too. I
Who
think
was the
we're
second?
a very good team, and I think
Who did the
2020
second?
we're going to do some great.
Roland.
I second it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we got a lot more to go. I'll tell you what, and Rod, I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. Ham Club Online.
Okay, I don't want to take the time for a demo, but I want to explain what it is.
Okay.
Okay, how many here have ever had anything to do with Ham Club Online? What planet are you
I've
guys
seen
living
it.
in?
I've seen it. It's
I'm involved with 4 clubs that use it. Okay, well, this would be the 4th one. Okay, Ham Club Online was designed by a ham. It's an application, and it's been in operation several years, let's say 4 or 5. And the Superstition Club, for example, picked up on it about 2 years ago, and they had a bunch of administration. Of course, they have 180. No, now they're over 200 members, so that makes a big difference. It's a lot easier to administer a club with 10 members than it is 200 members. So they started using it, and they were immediately blown away by how much their number of members increased and how the amount of administration they had to do went to almost nothing, and they had all these wonderful reports and all of this kind of stuff. So, and I was on the board at the time, and so I heard all of this. I said, oh, that's cool. So I started playing with it a little bit. And I've talked to Ed about this, a couple months now. Yeah. And we played with it a little bit, but before this meeting, I wanted to send out announcements to a lot of people. And I, over the last few years, have acquired about 55 names of people that are interested in ATV that I want to keep in touch with because they're all potential members. Am I talking to myself here?
I'm listening.
I'm done. Okay.
Under 10 minutes. Great job.
Well, there is one question. I will ask one question.
You may
I'll
ask.
Make a motion.
Okay.
Make a
Can I do
motion.
that? I make a motion that we start using ham radio online for our site.
I second the motion.
It's free, by the way.
Well, we'll just have to take a look. And,
I was going to explain it, but nobody was listening.
I was listening, but.
Well, no, it could be
It's just,
basically it could be a resource for
There's
attracting
another
hams
one just
for
like
clubs.
it on there that I'm a member of, and they do the same thing also. And they even, like me, I don't, I can go on their site and I can literally go into the general class and extra class transmissions through their club site. And go on the air. I can go on 80 meters through them.
That's not what
Because,
this is about.
and stuff
Okay.
like that.
This is a club administration program. It takes care of keeping track of members, keeping track of communications, and things like that. If I had the time to demonstrate it, you could see all the things it'll do. And club members can get into it, but it's primarily there for officers and people who are leading operations.
Well, not being a club officer, I wouldn't need it.
Well, but the club officers do need it and want it, and so I encourage you to accept it.
So there's been a motion.
I accept it.
Well, if there's no more discussion, then we
Is
can vote.
that it, bud?
Yeah. And if you log in, you have a list of all kinds of features that you can do. You might not be able to see much until you log in to an account. Okay, are we ready to vote?
Well, if it's only for the officers.
It's
why
for the
don't
whole
the
club.
Officers just adopted, what do we need a motion for?
I'll buy that.
Okay.
What do we need a motion for? I'm not gonna use it. I don't think anybody other than the officers is the only ones that need it. You're the administrators of the club. If you wanna use that, use it.
Well, one thing that will happen is you will probably get more emails because of it.
Oh, God.
Because you will get reminder messages of things. You will get notifications of events, okay, that you probably already get, but they will be
But still,
Probably
I would
oughta-
rather see you, see the people that are using it adopt it for themselves,
Bob,
period.
do you have anything against it? Us using it?
No,
It's
Go
voted in.
for it.
why would I have an objection? That's what I'm telling
Okay.
you.
We'll check it out. So sounds good.
I have nothing else left on the
I got
agenda.
nothing else left.
And
Oh, well, there was the membership.
Kevin, want to say thank you again,
Membership type
Thank you,
is on
Kevin.
the agenda.
and Tammy,
I make a
Thanks for
motion, we
putting up with
adjourn this
this.
meeting.
and
Point of order. There
Yes.
is another item on the agenda.
go ahead.
Right here, it says
Membership types.
membership types. I don't know who it went out to. Maybe it was
I got it.
the three of us. As you may have noticed, we have a little trouble collecting enough money to pay our bills for the year. And we've been very fortunate that a lot of people have stepped up for that. And, you know, I've done some of it, but I know a lot of people have done a lot more. Are these people comfortable to continue to pay this, or are we realistically going to try to bring in some more money, which means more members, or a clever way to somehow get more money?
Well,
And the ham
get-
fest being
to-
one way.
well, one, to get more money, you need people. You need people, okay? And what we really need, especially for us in California, we're losing people. Because our mode of operation is an aging group.
I have a mailing list of 55 people I am working on active,
Good. So the most important thing is to
and
keep,
John was one of them.
good. And the most important thing is to keep them engaged, having monthly newsletters.
See, this guy was sitting right here.
Anyway, so the most important thing is to keep them engaged, okay? Engaged by sending them monthly newsletters.
Having
Okay?
monthly meetings, social
So,
events.
well, social events, just like I said.
We're doing these things.
Right. And so, meetings like what we're doing now, this should only happen like once every 6 months, okay? And then everything else is just simply just getting together, having some lunch, having some dinner, that type of thing, just getting together. Maybe if you want to do a little presentation, sure, that'd be great. So, but the most important thing is to get them engaged, okay? Get them involved. And that's why I set up and I also explained about the whereby account, because, a lot of people are, they get afraid about amateur television because of, it's not like picking up a 2-meter radio and sticking an antenna on top of your car, okay? It's pretty involved. You got you got cameras, you got computers, coupling into exciters, going to amplifiers, and it's a process, as Bob will know. Okay, but when you get people together, like at whether it be a ham fest or even a ham radio club doing a presentation, they can just simply go onto our whereby account.
You gotta look at one thing. You just changed the whole spectrum just by doing what you did today. Now all we have to do is get them a transmitter and get them to transmit the white tank. That should bring more members in right there.
Exactly.
But we gotta get active in the evenings or
Sorry, I
days.
missed this.
No,
Okay,
no.
yeah.
Over my head.
We're talking two different things.
First, let's get back to what we're talking about here. Membership types.
Right.
That happens.
Okay, membership
Okay.
types.
Okay. Membership types.
In our Constitution, there are currently 2 membership types.
Okay.
A full member who pays $75 or whatever we decide in any given meeting.
Well,
with-
$75.
With a majority vote.
Full
There is a-
member.
There
Full
is a
membership.
discrepancy between the Constitution and bylaws, but the Constitution prevails. Okay, so, right now, full member pays $75, gets all privileges, okay? And then there is an associate member, which is in the Constitution and bylaws, and that person is not a real member that doesn't have
Right. It's like a
any
trial.
voting privileges or anything like that.
Right.
Well, it's basically somebody who's on our email list.
You're right. Exactly.
So those were 2 that I was suggesting that we already have.
And there is no cost for that second one.
No.
That's a no-brainer. Okay, so those are done, we don't even have to talk about it. I recommended 2 other member types. They would both be full members, but their privileges would be slightly limited and their dues would be less. I didn't send this email out to you, I can tell. So, one is called a new member, which gets member privileges except can't hold office or lead operations, like they can't be a trustee or a webmaster or something like that. For 1 year only, they pay a $12 initiation fee, no dues. It's non-renewable. So it's an easy, inexpensive way for somebody to become a member and participate more for $1 a month. It will bring in some revenue. It's not earth-shaking, but it gets their foot in the door, and it's non-renewable. So after 1 year, they either go away or they pay either to be a supporting member, which is the second one, $25 a month, or a full member, $75. And you can always be a full member the first year if you want to be. But if you want to try before you buy, you can get in for a lesser amount of money. And I presume that we wouldn't lose any $75 members, although that's possible. But we might gain a bunch of other people who would be members because they could get their foot in the door for almost nothing. So the suggestion I'm making is for a new member who is a full member as we define it, except they can't hold office, basically.
For the first year only.
For the first year only. Or a supporting member. That again is somebody who wants to try before they pay the big bucks, make the full $75 commitment, and they can do $25 a year forevermore, and that can be people like Art Towsley in Ohio who wants to support our club. He's not likely to send us $75, but he is likely to send us 25 and say, we really want to see you guys succeed. You know, he's not somebody who's going to be using our equipment regularly, but with whereby and stuff indirectly he's doing that. So I'm getting creative here because what we've been doing for the last several years does not work. And you know what they say about the person who does the same thing all the time and expects different results. Okay, so I'm trying to try something new. And that's where I'm at. So there are two questions here. One, do we want to do it? And two, does it fit into the existing constitution and bylaws, or do we have to make a change?
Well, we're going.
And on the second count, he's the one that makes the decision about how to interpret the constitution and bylaws. So whatever he says goes.
Right. But now we lead to discussion.
President.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, discussion. Discussion just on behalf of, running clubs and car clubs and all that. Most clubs today.
And I have one more comment, but go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Very quickly. Since we're using Ham Club Online, the additional complexity of handling these memberships is invisible. That Ham Club's online. I've already got the stuff in there. I just haven't enabled it, and it will do all of the tracking and everything automatically.
Okay. The only problem about having what they call multi-tier memberships, it's a big headache for the treasurer. Okay.
I just said it's not, but how is it? Because Ham Club Online.
Well, because one, you have to keep. In other words, in order to be, if let's say that they're paying $12, okay, and what are the benefits of the $12 membership in comparison to the $75 membership? And we're not counting being on the board, because anyone who has board member rights or being an officer that's a board member. That's a board, like this is kind of like a board member meeting kind of a thing. Okay.
I should have sent my email to everybody.
Probably because I didn't get the email.
Because it spells out all of this stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah.
These guys.
Okay, this is what I'm thinking. Cut it short here. We have full membership, $75.
Mm-hmm.
We have
Associate
membership,
$0.
Let's make that 25. Let's make it 20.
No, associate is 0. They're not really members. They're just on our mail list. Those are the ones that exist today.
Okay. And what is the $12 one?
The $12 one is new member, 1 year only, and limited permissions or privileges, can't hold office basically, but they can vote or not. We can decide what they can do or not. That's not so much the issue. We're trying to get more members and more money. And then the supporting or support member is the $25.
Well, then, what we have is, we have 4. We have full member, mailing list member,
Associate member.
associate.
Those are, we've got already.
That's like
We don't have to decide.
XYLs,
They're already here.
isn't it? So
No, it's like John here, who is interested. He comes to meetings. He talks to me about it a lot, and a couple dozen other people talk to me about this at least once a month, about ATV and the things that we do. So I kind of got a carrot out there. They haven't bit yet. But because of the associate member, I've got them on a mailing list. And with Ham Club Online, it's real easy for me to keep communication with them about, we got this event going on, we got this event going on. All I have to do is say, I describe the event, and I say,
but
send it out.
So how does that particular person get that information? Do they have to actually log into Ham Club Online and
No,
get
it's emailed to them. They read their email.
Oh, okay. So it's basically so
It's an automatic email.
Ham Radio Online is simply just an application to help you distribute information to
Communicate, it handles a lot of things.
Okay. All right.
You're willing to do a lot with it, right?
I'm going to get it all set up and working. I just want to make sure
We're
that
gonna call you secretary.
it's being done the way you want it to be.
Vice Secretary. Vice Secretary.
Vice Secretary. There you
No,
go.
I'm secretarial assistant.
Okay,
And I will do it any way that you want it done.
okay.
Okay, and then I'll bring it back to me here.
President, by law, say you can appoint any committee, so we appoint.
This is what I'm for change.
I volunteered to do it.
You know,
I am too.
let's do it. Let's try it. Let's see where it goes. I mean, can it hurt?
No.
So let's try it. I mean, we're looking for membership.
Boy,
We're
if we
looking
can
for more
get a
people.
few members that way, even at a reduced cost, I think it's a pretty good thing.
I got a new one over here.
Besides
Got
that,
a
if
new
you
member.
want to get members, you got to do like California does, and you got to get active. Now we got the setup going as of today. Roland brought it in, done it. We got to get on the air and use the darn thing and get people to see it.
That's
Everybody's got to do their part.
well. Guess what?
Everybody's got to get out there.
Today. Today is our groundbreaking day.
That's
Because
right.
Exactly.
today you are now streaming 24/7
Right.
on White Tank, which means
Oh,
that-
that's the part that I missed.
Well, yes, and also we got the other thing
Anyway,
going. We're going
turning
to go on.
yeah. Say bye bye.
Roland.
All right. Thank you for attending the meeting online. 73 K50LA.
Any more takers for raffle?